Coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Denton, Texas, America, and the world. It's time for the Green Guys Show.
I'm a big Green Guys fan.
A full hour of all things Mean Green Sports. Live from the KNTU studios on the campus of the University of North Texas.
We're surrounded by North Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Green Guys Show.
There's not much that gets me more fired up.
Greetings, America, Denton, Texas, and everything in between. Welcome to the Green Guys Show, where we discuss all things North Texas sports, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between that. I'm Zach Babb, but as I apparently say before the start of every show, this is not my show.
No, it's not.
It's the show that belongs to 4 students here on the campus of the University of North Texas, but we're down one of them today.
Yes.
Our good pal Cullen Brown has a case of, well, for HIPAA laws, I'm not going to say what, but he's not here today.
He's feeling under the weather.
The rest of us are feeling just fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the 3 who are here today is Kevin Walker.
What's going on?
Blake Elliott.
Yes, sir.
And Anthony Council.
Let's get it.
You have to hold down the Yellow Studio for the game show all by yourself this week.
And I am ready for that. I'm so ready to hold down the Yellow Studio.
I don't know.
Yellow Studio is undefeated, by the way.
I remember that. I remember that.
But
for sure.
I will say, I was talking to Kevin and Blake before you got here, Anthony, that I think I've made this week's show impossible for anyone to win.
Really?
So that means we have a chance.
I think all of y'all are going 0 for 10.
So the way that Zach's describing this to me is if we get 1, we might be good.
We might be. So one lucky guess, we're good.
Yeah, we have a
lucky guess.
33% chance of getting any of these questions right. So.
Hey.
It's a 1 in 10 chance.
Better
We got to get 1.
We got it. We got it.
If
I
we
mean,
go
it's two against 1 right now. So
if we go for 0 for 10, like
I actually had a nightmare about that last night. I was like, what if we never win a trivia? That's so embarrassing.
that's bad.
You're actually having nightmares about these dumb game shows I come up with?
It was more
So-
of like daydreaming walking through campus.
Just a midday nightmare. So Zach, hate to put you on the spot, but whenever football season is over and basketball and other sports come around, are we still going to be doing a trivia like segment?
I haven't decided yet. In fact, I haven't decided what my involvement on this show will be once we get there.
Kevin is going to be, hello, I am not Zach Babb. I'm not here at all.
this is either Kevin Walker, Blake Elliott, Anthony Council, or Cullen Brown.
So, yeah, we'll see. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there because we still got a lot of football to go. And we'll start off with some football talk. The University of North Texas is now 2-3 on the year. They fell to Memphis 44-34. It's now back-to-back losses for the Mean Green. Just to run through the game real quickly, Ethan Mooney opened things up with a 25-yard chip shot field goal. That was responded by a Memphis touchdown, made it 6-3. They missed the extra point. North Texas came back with a Jair Shorter 20-yard touchdown pass from Austin Ani that made it a 10-6 ball game at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, Seth Hennigan found Javon Ivory from 18 yards out. That gave Memphis a 13-10 lead. Then a 2-yard run from Brandon Thomas for Memphis made it 20-10. Ethan Mooney closed out the half with a 36-yard field goal to make it 20-13. Started the third quarter. The first of what would be 2 Austin Ani pick sixes happened. This one returned by Jalen Allen, made it 27-13. North Texas responded with a Damon Ward Jr. 11-yard touchdown pass or touchdown reception from Austin Ani that made it 27-20. Then another pick six thrown by Austin Ani made it 34-20. Then Memphis got in on the ground. 2-yard run from Brandon Thomas made it 41-20. Jamori Macklin collected a 41-yard pass from Ani, made it 41-27. A 36-yard field goal from Memphis late in the fourth made it 44-27. And then a Kalon Horton 5-yard jet sweep run made it 44-34. That would be your final score. You want to start with the good or the bad of this game?
I want to ask who has good.
I got some good.
I've got some good.
I got some good, too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't have good. I just who has good. I feel like we're really negative, so let's talk about some good.
Let's do some goods. I mean, good. They covered the spread. so that's always a plus. They only lost by 10 when they were projected to lose by 11.
There you
So-
go.
Or more.
or more. So I think they played better than I expected. I really thought this would be a high, maybe like a 17-point loss or more. Like I thought Memphis was playing pretty well, and I thought UNT was obviously playing in the wrong direction. But they kept this game close. I mean, it was close until Ani throws those picks. I mean, this is a game that was in your hands that just the interceptions really just let you get away from it.
We beat Memphis in first downs, third down efficiency,
Yep.
total offense,
Yep.
passing yards,
Yep.
penalties, and I mean, we had fewer penalties than they did,
Yep.
and time of possession.
Yeah, we beat them in the box score. If you just look at the box score, it looks great for UNT, but it doesn't matter when your offense is practically giving the other team 21 points. I mean, 2 pick sixes and then a fumble on your own 10-yard line that leads to like a 2-yard rush. So that's 21 points that they didn't really have to work for offensively, that it's not going to show on the stat sheet, that the defense was able to take Ani on those pick sixes and obviously the little bad snap on the goal line. So those are things that are killers because this game was close. I think UNT outplayed Memphis in the first half. They looked great even going in. It was literally, if you take the turnovers away, I think this is a different game. Obviously, Memphis is going to play different without those turnovers, but I think it just comes down to that. I don't think that UNT played as poorly. I will say their secondary looked very improved, holding Hennigan to lower than 150.
Yeah.
They were down 3 defensive starters, by the way.
And you couldn't tell. I mean, Hennigan's been thrown for 350 plus every other game, and we held him to 150 and below. So I think that's a plus. Obviously, that's something you want to build upon. But then, of course, it's one thing. We work on one thing, and then the next week it's something different. It's been our DBs and secondary all year, mainly even like the last couple of weeks. And then this week, the DBs and secondary looks decent. I won't say great. And then the front seven can't stop anything, and they're just running whenever they can and letting Hennigan out of the pocket. Hennigan outrushed all of our running backs, not combined, but just individually. He would have been the best rusher on UNT last week.
So you kind of already like you already said basically everything that I was thinking of. You have you're only down 20-13 going into half. It's just like the week before against UNLV. You have the game close going into half. It's all going to be dependent on those coaching adjustments and your player adjustments and who's going to come out better in the second half. And what happened once again?
Pick six.
Yep.
Ani threw for 371 yards and 3 touchdowns. But nobody's going to talk about that because he threw not even just 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. We're talking about 12 points he just gave away.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you had a pretty good throwing night. I mean, he was 27 for 49 on passing, 371 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sounds great. But when you add 2 pick sixes at the end of it, it almost doesn't even matter.
Ani has 3 pick sixes in his last 5 quarters of play. Because remember, he threw a pick 6 to end the UNLV game as well.
I mean, I think we got out of Ani what we thought we would get. Obviously, minus the picks, he's been a 55 to 56% thrower all year, and he did that, and he gave us his 2-3 touchdowns like he usually does. It's just this time the interceptions were pick sixes, and that turns the ball game. But as much as I want to say Ani lost this game because those were the crucial plays in this game, I don't think he played terrible. I think one of those picks was kind of fluky. It popped up in the air, and we had receivers falling. But I do think he airmailed a couple throws throughout the night, so it wasn't his best performance, but I wouldn't put it solely just on him. It is the quarterback does have the most responsibility, and when it's crucial plays like that, it's going to be very hard to come back from, but it's something that it's a team loss, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it compared to the UNLV game, I mean, at the UNLV game, he was 17 for 29. This game, he was, like Kevin said, 27 for 49, which isn't bad, but I mean, you had 2 picks in both games, and that's not what you want. I mean, you really don't want that, and I mean, you just got to be better at quarterback for that. But I mean, honestly, I think the good is that, hey, I mean, UNLV, you lost 27-58. This game, it's 34-44, so there's some improvement. I mean, I think you don't throw those pick sixes. I think that you keep the game a little bit close. But
that's 21 points off turnovers. That's your ball game right there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, when they go into this upcoming week, I think that they're just going to have to hunker down, figure out what they need to do. That defense has to get better. That defense is probably one of their biggest weaknesses on the UNT team. And if that defense doesn't get better, they're not going to win a game.
I mean, Zach, me and you were talking about this right before we went on. I mean, the identity of this UNT offense has been running the ball. And Memphis is obviously very aware of that as well. So in film study, what do? They stack the box. They got 8 or 9 guys in there every other play. They said, Ani, you're going to have to beat us. And he tried his best. Like we said, he was doing his thing. And then obviously it takes, when you're throwing the ball he threw it 50 times, 49, 50 times. Like he hasn't thrown that much in a minute. And when you're throwing the ball that much, of course you're going to have an errant throw every once in a while, or a tip ball every once in a while. So that's what happens when you get away from your identity. But I think credit to Memphis, they did a good job knowing what UNT does well and took it away.
Yeah. So sorry, Zach.
No, go ahead, because I'm going to change the subject.
Okay. So speaking of the pass, so we've talked a lot about how UNT is not known for their passing, and I think that they did an incredible job. I'm assuming all practice week. Hey, we know they're going to pack in the box. We know they're going to try to stop our run. So let's prepare for the pass. Let's try to work up some new plays. And I think they did a good job of doing their best of implementing a passing game. Roderick Burns led the team with 6 receptions. Jordan Smart had 5 receptions for 82 yards.
Who? Have we talked about him yet?
That's what I was going to say. I don't know where he came from. Jay Macklin had 81 yards. So you had some pretty good performances out of your wide receivers. 3 separate touchdowns to 3 separate receivers. The running game was just not there. Oscar Attaway only had 46 yards on 12 carries. Ayo Adeye only had 30 yards. Ragsdale had 26. I mean, and that's
lackluster.
That's your main 3. So, I mean, passing wise, it kind of gives me a little bit of hope. It's kind of, don't mock me, but I kind of have a little bit of hope for the passing opportunities. It's just, Ani's got to protect the ball.
I feel like Seth Luttrell is trying to have a mid-season like revelation. I couldn't get it out of what he wants this offense to be. I mean, we've been a run, and you saw a little bit in the UNLV game, and then now in this game, he's trying to get back to kind of that Mason Fine, high tempo, passing the ball offense, which I do not think suits us well. This suits this team very well, but I mean, it's worth a try.
Did you hear what he said on the coach's show yesterday?
Tell me.
Basically, he said, "I understand that teams are going to stack the box against us and force us to throw the ball and beat them through the air." And he said, to Seth's credit, he said, and until we figure out how to get around that, I don't blame teams for doing that.
Yeah. I mean, there it is right there. I mean, teams know how to beat you. You're not doing a good job of executing your backup game plan. You're when you're ready for that counter. But it wasn't as out of hand as I thought it was going to be, so they did a good job keeping this game close. I mean, they had some garbage time touchdowns, if we're being honest, where Memphis just kind of playing prevent, if you will, and kind of letting the field up. But I think at least the final box score wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Last thing, because I'm assuming we're switching off after this. Last thing, not talking about the offense for UNC, just talking about the defense. So UNT on offense was 3 of 15 from third down, and was 0 of 1 for 4th down. And we know that that's a problem. But one thing that's interesting to highlight is Memphis was 2 of 12 from 3rd down.
Yep.
They were 0 of their first 9.
Yeah, and they were 0 for 1 also on 4th down. So the defense kind of stepped up. And, I know they also obviously had a pick, but also got a lot of pressure on Hennigan, got a couple of sacks in there. So the defense really stepped up and played really well. So if we could get a combination of a good passing game and a good defensive performance with no turnovers, then this might be a UNT team that could actually make some in-game adjustments and maybe pull out a win every now and then.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense did a good job-ish. Maybe not the best of jobs, but I think that I'm guessing we're going to be moving to the FAU game.
Better than, they didn't have a receiver. They did not let a receiver get more than 41 yards. So,
and that's not bad.
That's better than what we've seen.
Yeah,
with
you're right.
Receivers getting 150 plus. So.
Right, for sure. And I think that if they do that against FAU, I think they'll hold them down. With what you said, with no turnovers and a good passing game, a decent running game, I think we could. I don't know if we're going to that topic next, but if we are, they could hold FAU to a couple points.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a perfect transition right into FAU talk. I think I'm going to change things up a little this week. No segment break. We're going to have 3 segments this week.
All right.
And football is just going to be one giant segment.
Okay.
All right.
So
Mega
let's
sag.
Speaking of in-game adjustments,
Yeah, speaking of in-game adjustments, let's go right into FAU. The Owls come to town. First time under Willie Taggart that FAU will make their way up to Denton. And this game is, according to Vegas, it is pretty much a coin flip. It started at -1 FAU. It's since gone up to 3.5 FAU, so everyone's placing their
Since
bets.
last night?
Yeah, everyone's
Oh.
placing their bets on the Owls right now, so that's moving the line down. But, you know, looking at this game, FAU, ESPN gives FAU a 65% chance to win this game. They are led by a dual-threat quarterback in Nkosi Perry. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Nkosi Perry. Yep.
Nkosi Perry. He has, so far this year, thrown the ball all over the place. 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns to 3 picks. And then if I could find his rushing stats here, I would tell you what they are, but it won't load. Someone buy time.
I mean, looking at FAU, how they played against Purdue last week, it was a close loss, 28-26, very close game for them. They didn't score in the first quarter. They scored the rest of the time, which was really good. But I mean, he threw for the quarterback that Zach was mentioning he threw for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He threw 18 for 30, which isn't great. But I mean, like he said,
Very doable.
He's throwing the ball all over the place.
So, yeah, here we go. Thanks to Blake for finding these stats here. He has thrown on just 89 completions. He has thrown for 1,200 yards this year, 13 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. He's only been sacked 3 times. He's also ran the ball 34 times for 152 yards, so he's averaging nearly 5 yards a carry. He's also a Miami transfer, by the way.
Sounds like we're getting a little Jalen Hurts back there that we're going to have to cover, and that's not the easiest thing to do, considering...
Because we saw Brumfield, the UNLV quarterback, who's not really known for his legs too much,
literally single-handedly
run for over 100 yards.
Win that game for them.
I mean, Brumfield was doing good against UTSA as well last week. So, but either way, this guy, this is going to be a problem. I don't know. Is Trebe still out for this game?
I have not heard.
So if Trebe is still out, I mean, we had some guys step up last game, but containing the pocket is going to be a big thing this week because we've seen the dual threat quarterbacks absolutely demolish UNT, and so this could be a game that I honestly. I know I'm hopping ahead, but I just think this is going to be a pointsy game. I don't think there's going to be defense on either side. I feel like this is going to be in the 40s for both teams. Both teams are in the top 25% in tempo. Both teams are 20-yard plays or more. Like, these are 2, I don't want to say high-powered offenses, but offenses that run a lot of plays.
Yeah.
And move the ball a lot, but they also are 2 of the worst teams in the red zone. I mean, UNT's converting around 50% of their red zone or touchdowns in the red zone, and then FAU's not much better. These are 2 teams that you're going to see the ball moving left and right, but it's going to be who creates less turnovers and turnovers in crucial spots, particularly in the red zone.
So it's perfect that you mentioned that they're not great in the red zone because this season they beat Charlotte. The first game of the year, Florida Atlantic beat Charlotte 43-13, and then went to go play Miami of Ohio and lost 41-38.
Yeah.
After that, they went and put a hurting on SELA,
Southeast Louisiana.
Yeah, Southeast Louisiana.
Okay, yeah.
FCS.
Yeah, so makes sense. So they put on a beating there, 42-9. They went and played UCF and lost 40-14.
Yep.
So
Are we noticing a trend?
So it's kind of up and down,
and
really.
then they lost Purdue 28-26.
So they play bad teams, they demolish them. They play competent teams, they get demolished.
They get but it's kind of like, so you can kind of see that these big scoring games have been against not so great opponents.
Yeah.
So are you taking the over on the over-under of 68?
Over.
That's a big over.
Vegas knows what they're doing.
UNT
Yeah,
might
they
put
do.
up 45 themselves.
I mean, compared to their last game, I would not be surprised.
So it's a little bit of Bridgeport. Bridgeport 3 against some not so great opponents. That was a little bit of high school 4A for you guys.
So I guess I guess I'd have to take the over just based
There we
off
go.
of, but I'm just saying it's perfect that you say that they have problems in the red zone because all those stats, but you can't make up the scoring against other teams. So they have opportunities, and just like UNT, they can't capitalize on them. So, I mean, we'll see how the offenses can hold up. I think it's going to be determined on third down and fourth down efficiency, and as always, penalties and turnovers.
This game, the winner of this game will be decided, was decided this week in practice. So whoever's going to win,
none of us were there for that. So.
None of us were there for it, but I'm saying when it comes down to Saturday, the winner will already be decided. The more disciplined team, the team that's not turning the ball over in the red zone, like you said, the team that can convert those 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s consistently, and maybe convert a 4th down every once in a while, because this will be definitely a game where teams are going for it on 4th down and whatnot. So I think this is a talent on both sides. I think both teams got talent. I think we're actually seeing UNT has more talent than we think of. There's guys that were on the bench last week. They were coming in. They're making tackles, leading the team in tackles. So I think there's a lot of talent everywhere. I don't think talent's the problem. I think it's literally just mental errors, fumbles, bad snaps,
just
penalties,
turnovers.
So like I said, this game will be won in practice.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm taking the over too. I just think that
I guess that's something we're doing now.
I mean, look,
Yeah,
man.
let's do more.
Dude,
I
picks
mean-
against Vegas odds picks on the Green Guys. Sorry, Anthony.
No, you're good. I mean, look, this is going to be a high scoring game, I think. I don't know how FAU's defense is, but I mean, their offense is elite. It's always been elite, as we've seen, even though it's been kind of an up and down for them. But I mean, the way UNT played against Memphis, I mean, look, we said it before. Like, they at least got to be very close to Memphis when they get into the American League, which they will be next year. And the fact that they put up a 34-44 is actually pretty good. So I think that they're gonna be neck and neck between FAU, and we'll just see how they do. I mean, like Blake said, it's gonna be won by practice before Saturday.
So we were not in consensus on this game at the beginning of the year when we all picked it. We were all over the map saying who would win this game.
Yeah.
I know I
what
was.
What were we talking about?
Well, Anthony picked him to win because Anthony's
at his loss total already,
yeah, he's
right?
at his loss total. He
So
needs
he
to
has to
go
go
win out.
undefeated.
So you got to pick them to win then.
They have to go undefeated for you to be correct.
They're gonna win.
They're going to win?
Yep, they're
You're
gonna
picking
win.
it as a win.
Yep.
Blake,
First
What did I
prediction.
say?
you said loss.
I'm sticking with loss.
What did I say?
Win.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna stick with the win. I think that with how they did last game in the passing category, I think that I'm not just agreeing with you, Anthony.
Oh, okay.
I'm
happy.
He was getting pretty hyped for that.
Yeah, no kidding. Just simply because Ani does have the capability of passing for 370 plus and 3 touchdowns, like that can happen. If we could just take away those turnovers, I think that UNT could have a very good shot at winning this game.
Do you think?
Especially if our secondary can step up again.
Do you think FAU takes a note out of Memphis's book and just stacks the box?
I think that that's what all teams are going to do.
Yeah.
They
Like what
Can
Cheryl
we
said,
adapt?
doesn't
Guarantee
blame
they will.
them until they can beat it.
Yeah.
We adapt. That'll
Right.
be it.
Well, there you go. There is football talk as North Texas gets ready to play FAU this Saturday at Apogee Stadium, 3 p.m. start time. We'll take we'll step aside for just a little bit. When we come back, we've got a little bit of volleyball and soccer talk here on the Green Guys.
Hey, I'm Christy Porter, and you're listening to The Green Guys.
And welcome back to the Green Guys, where we discuss all things North Texas sports, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. Now time to shift gears for a little bit of volleyball and soccer talk, and we will start off this week with a little bit of volleyball because they're kind of, I don't know, well, I wouldn't classify it as a roll, but they are on a 3-game winning streak, and they went into Florida and took care of effing business.
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
2 shutout wins, 3-0 over Florida Atlantic, 3-0 over FIU. Treyana Rush continues to do a bunch of stuff when it comes to the offense. 11 kills against FAU, and then 14 against FIU. It's those are 2 solid wins to open conference play for North Texas.
Yeah, they're looking pretty nice. I'm not gonna say they're looking icy, but they're looking a little spicy. which is good. Winning 3 games, that's really good. Shutout wins, which is like super, super important. Like Cullen and I have always said, this is a new coach, this is a new scheme, this is a not new environment, but it is a new environment for this team because, before they were kind of going on a losing streak and you really didn't know how this team was going to look. But now this team looks amazing right now. I mean, going against FIU, they had 38 kills, they had 5 aces, 9 blocks, which is fantastic, and 39 assists with 37 digs, which is like very, very important, like just huge for this team. So they're finally kind of trying to just get the hang of things. They're figuring it out a little bit, which is amazing. And I think they're going to be fine when they go against Rice.
That's a tough task. That's a top 25 Rice team.
It very true, very true. I'm not going to say it's easy because look.
Do you think you love the mean green, Anthony
I
Council?
do.
Are you calling an upset against number 22 Rice?
I'm not saying it's an upset, but let's just say Rice may be cooking their rice a little bit.
Brown rice.
Yeah. It's gonna be sloppy and just disgusting.
So you're saying that UNT can keep it close?
I'm saying UNT's gonna win.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
UNT is gonna take down top 25 Rice, just like how all this college football has been upsets. That is what's going to happen.
Oh, he is
excited.
excited.
That's what I believe. Because look,
Came out of literally nowhere.
FIU, they won all 3 sets, 25, 26, 25. They had 42 kills, 3 aces, 12 blocks compared to FIU's 2 blocks. That's a lot. So their defense is working. Like, it's working. 40 assists and 40 digs. So that means if they're having 40 digs, then they're all clicking on the same page. They're all working together. They all know what's going on. Head coach is telling them, whatever the head coach is telling them, it's working now. So I think that with 3 wins, they have the momentum. They can't get too high on their horse going against Rice because, yes, they are top. They are ranked 25, but they can give them a run for their money. They just can't get too high on their horse or on their
Eagle,
right? On their
Squirrel.
albino squirrel.
Right.
Squirrel.
Right. When they go against Rice.
All right. Well, that'll be.
But UNT's gonna beat Rice, and it's gonna be an upset for ranked number 25 Rice.
Anthony Council is calling it.
I
ladies and
really-
I think
gentlemen.
he's doing more than calling it.
I really hope that nobody is wearing headphones when they listen to this.
Can we get Anthony Council in that locker room for a pregame speech? Oh my, they'd be fired up.
So that'll be the Rice game is this Friday, September 30th, 6 p.m. start at home at the North Texas Volleyball Center. Then they follow that up with a game against UTEP on Sunday before they have a whole week off for welcoming La Tech in on October 9th. So that's just a look at your volleyball team. Now time to turn attention over to soccer. And speaking of teams that are
Shutting out.
getting things going and shutting out, soccer has 2 more wins to move to 3-1 in conference play. A 3-0 win over Middle Tennessee and then a 1-0 win over Western Kentucky. Both of those games on the road. 2 shutouts on the road. Olivia Klein, Devin Flannery, and Taylor Tufts scored against Middle Tennessee, and Avery Barron scored against Western Kentucky. Olivia Klein, by the way, named Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week.
Rightfully so. I mean, she has been balling since the start of the season. She is definitely the captain, leader of this team. I mean, I know we were all really high on Kat at the beginning of the season because she was striking us early as that rookie to just go off. But I think the catalyst of this team, and will continue to be, is Olivia Klein, as she proves again. I mean, she had a goal. She had 2 assists. She's just everywhere, just always starting the offense. And this UNT offense for the soccer team has been aggressive all year. They had a little bit of a slump, but I think they're kind of out of that. They're getting back into the swing of things right at the right time. I mean, this is one of the most aggressive teams in the nation, and especially in Conference USA, as they're leading by a couple shots on goal. Like they get a little over 20 shots on goal every game, and they're averaging around 3 goals a game. So this is a team that's going to be on offense, always pressing down the gas pedal. And then with that, to match that, you have a great defense. I mean, your what's the name of their goalie? Danny Jacobson. I mean, she leads Conference USA in shutouts. I mean, so when you have an aggressive line like that, and then you have Danny Jacobson holding it down on the back, and any shots to come, she's got. I mean, that's just an amazing combo, especially in Conference USA. that you can just take advantage of. I really, like we said, we weren't worried about this mean green soccer team, and they're proving us right.
Well, there you go. Soccer and volleyball talk. Soccer, by the way, takes on UAB this Sunday. They have Thursday off, so a nice little 2-game road swing, get a couple wins, and then have a long week before your next home game against UAB. That'll be Sunday at 1 p.m. Coming up next, it's the time that everyone loves. It's game show time here on the Green Guys.
Hi, I'm Vern Lundquist. I do a little bit of work for CBS Sports, and I'm just inviting all of you guys to listen to the Green Guys, and they'll talk about the mean green. And I know Joe Green.
And welcome back to the Green Guys final segment where we discuss all things North Texas sports, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. It's now time for a little bit of fun and humor and learning about our upcoming opponent in football. This week it is Florida Atlantic, FAU. They are both based in Boca Raton, Florida, which roughly translates to the rat's mouth.
I'm sorry.
So that is the name of the show this week.
What do you mean roughly translates? Like,
What do you
I
mean
think
by
it's
rat's
technically the
mouth?
mouse's mouth.
The mouse's
But just
mouth.
rat's mouth sounds way more cooler.
cool or something you could say.
Anyway, we ready to
Ratatouille.
go? Season series, by the way, Yellow Studio 5, Green Studio Zip.
I'm sorry. I'm
for
sorry.
the
I'm sorry.
last
I'm sorry.
week-
I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time?
Yellow Studio 5.
Just say it. Say it for Cullen.
Yellow Studio 5, Green Studio nothing.
Okay. Cool.
Last
good.
week was the closest show we've had so far. Went into overtime, in which Mr. Anthony Council guessed the overtime question right on the head because it's not multiple choice.
That's right. That's right.
Just pick a year, and he picked the exact year. But anyway, jumping right into things here. Again, no Cullen, so Anthony's on his own this week. So maybe a chance for Green Studio to jump up and grab their first win of the season.
Okay, if we lose this one, we got to stop it. we gotta cancel this.
All righty, here we go. Number 1. Florida Atlantic University was built in 1961 on the property of what? A former federal prison, of which some of the barracks are still used, retrofitted as classrooms.
Wow.
Is it B, an old abandoned Air Force base, which was involved in the top secret development of radar? Or C, the very first football field of the Miami Dolphins, whose AFL days started in Boca Raton?
Okay, so we got to think Florida.
Green Studios first?
Think Florida.
B.
Okay.
I don't know. Just
You're feeling confident, B.
yeah.
Wow,
B's
fast.
Air Force, right? You said Air
Yeah, I said Air Force Base.
B.
And you said
I already know what he's going to pick.
you said where the Miami Dolphins used to play.
Well, they weren't the Miami Dolphins back then, but yeah.
No, they were the Miami Dolphins. Boca Raton is a suburb of Miami.
Okay, never mind then. Pick C.
Don't
So-
tell me what to do,
Pick C.
but I'm gonna pick C.
C. Okay. And Green Studio gets it right.
Yes,
It
sir.
was
Hey, this is the start
built
of the end, Anthony.
on the property of an old abandoned Air Force base, Boca Raton Air Force Base, which was involved in the development of radar.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have a feeling that's going to be the easiest question we get tonight.
All right, number 2. What was the first ever degree awarded by FAU in 1961? Was
Jeez.
it A, an honorary doctorate to President Lyndon B. Johnson? Was it B, a public relations degree to a then unknown man by the name of Donald Trump? Or was it C, a journalism degree to a student named James Wallace, who ironically never claimed his degree from FAU? Yellow Studio, you're up first.
Going James Wallace.
Going Mr. James Wallace.
Yes.
Green Studio.
It sounds very appealing to go with C.
Yeah.
It's very specific that he got the degree and just was like, nah,
Whatever.
But,
Nah, I'm good.
but that's a very Zach thing to make it up.
True.
So I'm feeling that.
Well, we already have a one question lead.
Yeah.
So we can be a little risky.
Frisky.
Yeah. So what was 1 and 2? Or what was A and B again?
A was an honorary doctorate to President Lyndon B. Johnson.
And then the other one was
Public
the-
relations degree to a then unknown man named Donald Trump.
Okay, so keeping politics out of it, I don't know where Trump is from or where he is based. I just know he has hotels everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he has anything connected
But would
to
he
Miami.
would have been the first one to get a degree from
don't
FAU?
think so.
Yeah. Lyndon B. Johnson's, I think, older than Donald Trump. Yeah. I'm feeling that.
Okay, we'll go A.
Green Studio's right.
Let's go.
It is Lyndon B. Johnson. honorary doctorate, and the score is 2-0. 2 questions in.
I'm cool. I'm cooling. I'm
Studio in front.
Anthony was talking all that jazz.
All right, question number 3. How did FAU get its Owls nickname? A, an owl landed on Lyndon B. Johnson when he was receiving his honorary doctorate degree, and the name stuck. Was it B, an inordinate amount of owls call FAU home because of a lack of predators in the area? Or is it C, first school president Helen Popovich was a graduate of Rice, and she just took the Owls nickname with her?
Interesting.
So, I don't think it's going to be A.
It's not us. It's
No, it's
I
y'all.
know
It
it's
is.
us. Oh yeah.
I don't think it's going to be A. Because I don't think he would do 2 questions in a row that have to do with the same person.
This has become a game of psychology
It
more than
has,
it's become
though.
a game of actually knowing your information.
No, it absolutely
Is there a
isn't.
way for us to randomly
Yeah.
research this?
Yeah.
Good.
And then
I like C. The
B
rice.
was, what was B again? It was
B was an inordinate amount of owls call FAU home because of lack of predators in the area.
So, when you think of Florida,
water.
yeah, so you think of like alligators and stuff that's underwater in swamps and stuff. So B technically could make sense.
Jaguars.
How would they get made to an
Is that
owl?
a Jaguar sound?
That was my best attempt at one.
Good job.
Is there not Jaguars in Florida?
I mean, I don't know what the reachability is to owls.
What the
is
science?
this?
The science of this y'all are trying to break down. Can a jaguar reach an owl?
Well, they can climb.
So we're thinking B or C, and C was
First school
The
president Helen
Rice.
Popovich was a graduate of Rice and took the nickname with her.
Just pick B or C, whatever one you feel better at.
I'm going B.
Let's go.
All right, B, Mr. Counsel.
Well, after all the I forgot the answer choices, but I'm just gonna roll with them. I'm gonna go with B.
Same one.
Yep.
Okay, y'all are both right.
Let's go. It's a smart choice to roll with us.
That's what I was thinking for like one question.
Yeah. I mean,
But
you can just stick
3
two
to 1.
behind the whole night if you want.
3-1 is the score, and
Yeah,
the
because if
answer
you
was.
follow us the entire night, then either way you lose. So
All right, question number 4. FAU High School on its campus. FAU High School.
all right.
Real, creative with the name. What is FAU High School known for? A, students attending FAU High are eligible to play on FAU's college teams, but this has happened just twice ever.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like
run
the
that back.
high school
So they're
are
like-
eligible to play college athletics, but it's rarely happens.
So just like JV players playing varsity.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
B, the high school is the alma mater of George Bush.
That makes sense, right?
Or is it C, coursework is so advanced
At FAU. That's funny.
that at FAU High School, that high school graduates are considered college seniors upon graduating from high school?
College seniors?
That's
like
a stretch.
college seniors.
This one's tough.
Yeah.
Sweet mother of peanut butter. Okay.
You're going first, by the way, Mr. Counsel,
Thank you.
representing Yellow Studio.
Absolutely. 100%. So college seniors, a president, right?
George Bush. Is
Yeah.
an alma mater. That's his alma mater, is FAU High School.
George Bush's alma mater is FAU High School.
That's answer B.
He's
Interesting.
not telling you the answer.
Oh, I know. I was
He's
asking.
trying. I give him props. He's
Yeah.
trying.
Okay. And what was B?
That was B.
That was
What
B.
was A? I mean,
Students attending FAU High are eligible to play college athletics at FAU. But this has only happened twice because that's so rare.
see, but that doesn't make sense.
Pick one, Anthony.
That's
I want to hear him break this down.
Yeah, break it down.
I think he enjoys listening to
because
us
like
break it down.
because FAU students at FAU High School in Florida Atlantic, the city Florida Atlantic in Florida, where crocodiles and owls are eligible
Apparently.
to play.
And Jaguars.
And Jaguars. Yeah. The Raurs are able to play football. But some of them, I'm not gonna call it any of the players. 'Cause some of them are good. Anyway. But then President George Bush. See, that's the one that stumps me. Because I'm like, you're a president. And
He
you
wasn't a
missed it.
president when he was in high school.
Okay, but like,
hope not.
but he knew he was going to be president. You know, the
There we
psychology. Like,
go.
I'm gonna go to FAU High School, and I'm going to become the president of the United States of America.
I don't know why you think he talks like that.
That was
That's
not.
exactly how Bush talks.
After high school, I'm going to go to college, and then I'm going to be the president of the United States.
Now watch this drive.
Exactly. Hut hut. Let's go. Yeah. Anyway, okay. I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with A.
Students attending FAU high school are eligible to play on FAU's college athletics teams.
Or am I?
Want to lock it in?
Oh my God.
No, yeah, I'm gonna go with A.
Okay, he's locking it in. Green Studio.
So I actually think it might be A. Because at first I was thinking like high school players can't play in college. But if they're 18, there's nothing that like. I mean, I've never read the NCAA rule book, but like, if you're 18, you can play college football.
Yep.
I mean, I think you can if you're 17, but I'm not for sure.
Yep. I know the answer to that
So they
question.
would like, hold on. So they would play for the team, or they just dress up?
They would actually
They
play.
dress up. This ain't Halloween. It's not October yet.
Like dress.
And
for
by the
game
way,
travel.
let me give it a hint, and I don't do that.
Yeah,
so
go
never
ahead.
mind.
Go
Nope.
ahead.
Nope.
I wouldn't mind.
It's definitely not C. And then B is the only like reasonable choice. But I like your logic, Ray. So I'm down with A.
I think I'm gonna go with A.
Lock it in. All right. And you're both wrong.
It was B.
It was C.
Really?
Coursework is so advanced and
Wow.
issued in conjunction with FAU that high school graduates, when they graduate from FAU High, can transfer immediately and be college seniors.
So how
anywhere.
many credits do they need?
wait.
Whoa,
They
wait,
get
that-
3 years worth of college credits in high school.
Wait.
Are you
That's
serious?
not how you put the question.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said that they were considered college seniors,
Yeah.
as in like, hey, you're doing all this work, like we consider like actually being a college senior by the time you graduate high school.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's exactly what he said.
I
It's kind
don't
of the same
remember.
thing.
I guess I didn't.
So
I interpret-
after
I
you
interpreted it
graduate
the wrong way.
FAU high school, you're a college senior. And
Yeah,
you're-
because you've taken 3 years worth of college courses at FAU High.
That's crazy.
So do they?
I wish I
do
did
they
that.
intermix them, or is there?
That
or is there a
sounds
high
really
school
nice.
class that are they taking like a
It's dual.
college?
It's all dual credit.
Oh, that's amazing.
So every
So you
student
gotta
has
be-
to do that.
Yeah.
That's just
So you
a
gotta
regular.
be like smart. To
Yeah,
go
you got to
to-
be smart.
Probably
got
gotta
to
get accepted in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be smart.
All right, so the score remains 3-1 Green Studio. Question number 5. What is the nickname between the annual football game played between FAU and their rival FIU?
Ah, sweet mother of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Is it A, the Shula Bowl,
The what?
named for former Dolphins head coach Don Shula?
Oh, okay.
Is it B, the Don Johnson Classic, named
I
after the
love
Miami
that.
Vice star?
Oh, okay.
Or is it C, the Hard Rock Classic, sponsored by the Hard Rock Cafe, the same company that owns the Dolphin Stadium naming rights?
I really love B. Just that just sounds killer, but it might be C.
If you like B, there's no. I mean, okay.
Do you like C? Do you like the Hard Rock?
I think C is like
I feel like someone
a
else has
safe
that.
answer.
Okay.
I think Anthony probably will go with C. And now that I've said that, he's probably going to go with something else.
Okay.
You think?
But
You sure?
I think we can go with B. I think
Okay.
B would work.
The
B?
Don John or
The
something
Don
like
Johnson Classic,
That
named
sounds
for
so
the Miami
cool.
Vice star.
that? Yeah, let's do it.
Anthony,
I like Miami Vice.
gonna go with the same thing?
No,
Okay.
I just like Miami Vice. Did you guys watch Miami Vice? No.
Can't say I have.
Well, you're too young, so I can't ask you. Let's see.
Grand Theft Auto, Vice City,
It's not the same thing.
same thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Hard Rock,
Don Johnson or Shula Bowl?
Shula Bowl.
I don't think any of those had to do with Jaguars.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'm just trying to throw them
What was
off.
the Shula Bowl?
Shula Bowl, nicknamed for the former Dolphins head coach Don Shula.
the goat?
See, that one just makes sense. But I'm not a person who makes sense on any show I'm on, really.
I can also second that.
Exactly. I'm just gonna go with that one. The Shula.
Shula Bowl?
Yeah.
All right. And Yellow Studio is correct.
Wow.
Ka-ching.
It was
Good
the
job.
Shula Bowl, named for former Miami Dolphins head coach Don Shula.
Bam, bam, bam.
When
is-
did he coach?
In the 80s, I believe. 70s or 80s.
Man.
So there are
Dolphin.
two Miami. FIU is in Miami. FAU is in a suburb of Miami. So they just coalesce around the Dolphins.
What a man.
All right.
See, but the one that we chose sounds better.
Yeah, it does.
All right. 3-2 is the score. Green Studio in front. Question number 6. Which of these is an FAU tradition? A. Owl nesting. Students battle it out, building their own owl's nests and stay outside, often for days at a time. Last student left standing wins.
This sounds awesome.
B, the pumpkin drop. Students and professors drop pumpkins off a 4-story building each Halloween in a science is fun experiment. Or C, the canal races. Students dress as owls and attempt to swim through the El Rio Canal on campus in a race.
Anthony,
You go first.
See, all these make sense.
Really?
Yes.
I thought all of them would not make sense.
No, they all actually make sense.
I don't know. We've heard some pretty out of the box things.
Yeah,
so-
put in an alligator in
in the
the
past.
teacher's office.
Yeah, like when things fall from a helicopter and
Yeah, Tiger Tails from
yeah,
Memphis.
yeah.
So-
like all these make sense.
So now they're making sense because the other ones made no sense, but some of
Exactly.
them were right. So they're
It,
okay.
it softens the
reverse psychology.
unexpectability.
Yeah.
See, this is hard.
Just made a word.
So you
No big
said
deal.
a
Owl nesting.
Owl nesting.
Students battle it out building their own owl's nests and stay outside often for days at a time. Last student left standing wins.
That sounds fun.
B, the pumpkin drop. Students and professors drop pumpkins from a 4-story building each Halloween. Or C, canal races. Students dress up as owls and attempt to swim through the El Rio Canal on campus.
The El Rio Canal on campus. Just sounds.
How big is their campus?
That's a little smaller than UNT's.
How big is the canal?
It's a canal. It's not very big.
Oh, okay. Which one sounds? Let me do telekinesis to Cullen. Cullen, which one
Cullen's
sounds
obviously-
right? He actually is.
Cullen's like, stop talking. I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to breathe.
He actually is asleep. Actually,
How do you know?
I texted him.
And he
You
texts
should've-
it back.
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah,
I'm asleep."
I'm asleep." Yeah, like literally. I'm gonna go with the. It's between the nest and the pumpkins. I'm going with the nest.
The
I'm gonna
nest,
go with the
owl
nest.
nesting.
Yeah.
All right, locking it in.
Yep.
All right.
Kevin, you take the lead. I took the last one.
Okay. So owl nesting sounds like it's out of like a Harry Potter movie.
Love that Hogwarts.
So there's owl nest fighting or whatever, and then there's what were the others?
The pumpkin drop
Yep.
and the canal races.
Okay.
What house do you think you'd be in Hogwarts? Hugglepuff?
It's Hufflepuff.
What did you just say? You said Hugglepuff?
You just made
Yeah,
so
like-
many people turn off our show.
Sorry, love Slytherin. There we go. We're good.
Sweet mother peanut butter. Hugglepuff with the wow.
Chamber of Secrets. There you go. We're good. They're back.
Back to the question
Yeah,
itself.
back to the question at hand. Pick one.
Yeah, Hugglepuff.
I'm pulling that as a drop, by the way.
Please do.
What Hogwarts class would you be in?
Oh God.
Well, at least we know which one you wore.
I'm gonna say the pumpkin drop.
Please tell me
Lock
we got
it
it
in?
right.
Locking it in.
And you're correct.
Let's
Ah.
go, my brother. See, I helped you with the Hogwarts and made your brain scramble. Boom, you got the
4-2. 4-2. Green Studio leads with 4 questions remaining. It's a 2-point difference with 4 questions to go.
I'm proud of them. You know why they're ahead? It's because I'm here. That's why they're ahead.
Okay.
That is exactly why.
All right, number 7. Which FAU head football coach won a national title at another program as their head coach? Was it A, Lane Kiffin, who won a national title with USC in 2004? Is it B, Willie Taggart, who won a national title with Florida State in 2013?
That's a cool last name, Taggart.
Or is it C, Howard Schnellenberger, who won a national title with Miami in 1984?
Okay, is the last guy a real guy, or did you make that up? Are these all real people?
These are all real people.
Okay.
Wait, what's the last name again?
Howard Schnellenberger.
Schnellenberger.
Yeah.
That is a wicked name.
Kevin,
All right.
do we just have to pick that? Like his name is Schnellenberger. I think that's a must pick.
Schnellenberger.
We got Lane Kiffin, and then they got Mr. Taggart himself.
Sorry, I'm gonna need you to repeat those. Judge just hit 61.
Oh, that's
He
great.
did. Shout out to
Congratulations.
Judge.
Totally off topic, but they did take all my
Okay.
all my.
Okay, Willie
Which
Taggart.
FAU head football coach won a national title at another program before coming to FAU?
Okay.
A, Lane Kiffin, who won a national title with USC in 2004. B, Willie Taggart, who won a national title with Florida State in 2013. Or C, Howard Schnellenberger, who won a national title with Miami in 1984.
So Schnellenberger, Kiffin or
Taggart.
Tag, you're it.
Okay, so
I feel like it's not Kiffin. I've never heard about him winning at FAU. I feel like that would have been something that's been said.
well, I know Kiffin went from. I think he went from Saban to USC,
Yeah.
and then I think something happened, and he had to go lower to find his way back up.
You think it was FAU?
But I can't ever recall if it was FAU.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I'm going towards Schnellenberger right now, so I'm not
You know
much
who
help.
else says interesting? Hagrid, who was in Gryffindor.
Does he? I've never heard him say that.
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor.
And then Taggart, where did he?
Florida State 2013.
That would make sense.
I like that.
Does it make sense? Or does it
But
make
almost
dollars?
is too obvious, and he never gives us the obvious one.
I think the obvious one's Kiffin, personally.
Yeah.
It's the only name that we would all know, I think.
Yeah. So you want Schnellenberger or Taggart?
And Schnellenberger coached where?
Miami 84.
Or he just made that name up right now?
He said they were real.
I mean, he's got of course, he can't say one's fake. That would rule one out.
That is true. I didn't even think about that. I don't think it's Schnellenberger because this is the whole psychology thing. I think he would think that we would pick that because we would think
Yes.
it's out of the box.
Yeah. So Taggart?
I think we go with Taggart.
Okay. Lock
right.
it in.
Anthony.
I should have timed how long that was. I was like, what, 15 minutes? But
You
I,
took a
I,
while
I,
to pick,
like
too.
the guess. I like the guess. Well, it's only me. It's you two.
Yeah,
You guys
so
got
that's
tag
more
team.
conversation. You're talking to yourself.
Scoreboard.
And the people love it too.
Scoreboard.
They love it.
Your
Let's go.
answer, Mr.
I'm going burger.
Burger?
Going burger.
Schnellenberger?
You're correct.
Yeah, buddy.
Howard Schnellenberger is a real guy, and he won a national title as the head coach of Miami in 1984
Sweet.
before being the head coach of FAU from 2001 to 2011.
Kevin,
See,
you said he was
talking-
trying to trick us.
Talking to yourself does help.
4-3 is your score with 3 questions left. This is another close one.
If we choke this.
I swear.
Number 8, Florida Atlantic faced whom for the Conference USA title game in 2017? A, North Texas. B, Rice. Or C, Tulsa.
They faced who and what?
Who for the Conference USA title
In football?
in football
In 2017.
in 2017? You're first, Anthony.
I feel like I know this. You said Tulsa?
Rice or North Texas?
I'm gonna go with Rice.
Rice.
Yeah,
Locking it
I'm gonna
in?
go with Rice. Yeah, I'm locking it in.
So, Blake, you've been here longer than I have. When was the Mason Fine era?
That was when I was a freshman, so that was 2018, 19. Yeah, 18 and 19 for me, I believe. Is that?
But not 2017.
No, I was still in high school.
So he wasn't here or they weren't doing well?
Or I wasn't here. They were here. I think he was here a year before me. So I think,
North Texas could be a possibility.
oh my gosh. Well, we can't let Anthony take the lead. If we're smart, honestly, we just pick the same thing as him. So either we tie up or we both get it wrong.
No, that's only if we tie. So basically the Mason Fine era, Rice or
Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
Rice has not been good for a minute, so it's not Rice. Just pick Tulsa or UNT. I feel like we'll be doing a disservice if it is UNT and we don't say it. So let's go with UNT.
I think it is. I think it might be UNT.
Okay, we're going to look dumb, but I really hope it's University of North Texas Mean Green Eagles. Locking it in, Mr. Babbery.
Or albino squirrels, depending on who you ask.
Dun, dun, dun,
You're
dun.
right, Green Studio.
Let's go.
It was North Texas versus Florida
Okay.
Atlantic for the
Was it
2017
was it the
conference.
Mason Fine era?
It was
For,
the Mason Fine
for
era.
comedic reasons, what was Rice's record that season? Do you know?
For comedic
Not-
reasons?
Not good.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
Also,
so
Rice, the last time Rice was good was 2014.
Ah,
Also-
that was close.
Tulsa was in Conference USA?
No, that was to really throw y'all off.
Okay, I was going
I
to
get
say,
that.
like,
I don't even know why we were
You
They
had-
used to
considering
be. They used to be in Conference USA, but not in 2017.
you really had me. I was like, wait, what? Like, these, what?
All right. So your score 5-3. Green Studio with 2 questions to go.
So he can only tie.
He can force an overtime.
I could.
Let's not do that again.
Just pick the same thing as them. We can't lose.
That's true.
We're not
you
doing
guys
that.
can't.
Oh, we have to go first, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going first.
Oh, gosh.
Number 9. Which of these strange quirks is true about FAU academics? A. They only admitted graduate students for their first 3 years. B. They had no graduate or doctoral programs until 1994. Or C. Proof of cheating on exams was grounds for immediate expulsion until 1983.
Okay, we're first.
You're first.
Okay. So everything that we've heard about both FAU high school and FAU college, they're really smart.
Yep.
So to be completely just expelled right on the spot for cheating would not surprise me if that was an actual possibility.
I feel like that's like kind of not, that's not that uncommon, though, if you get caught for cheating.
just straight up on the spot, like done for though.
No meeting. Just out of here. You're like, I swear it was just a water bottle. Get out of here. Graduate students only, but how would that work with their whole little high school program?
So what was the graduate question again?
Which of these strange quirks is true about FAU academics? A. They only admitted graduate students until their first, or for their first 3 years. B. They had no graduate or doctoral programs until 94. Or C. Proof of cheating was grounds for
So-
immediate expulsion until 84.
So like you said, B is probably not an answer because they wanted, it says they had no grad or undergrad, so that's probably not it. So it's either they got kicked out for cheating or they had only graduate students, whatever one you're feeling. Mr. Hugglepuff.
I do not claim that name. Or team or club, whatever that's supposed
That's
to
a
be.
house. It's a house.
It's not a house.
Okay.
So they took nothing but graduate students.
Decisions.
So was it they took nothing but graduate students for the first
3 years.
Dun, 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 dun.
like first 3 years of them being
A college that was only graduate programs.
Oh, how do you work that out? I feel like that's not a lot of students. You only have graduates. Let's see. I know what you're feeling.
but there's
so-
a lot of colleges in Florida too. So it's they can't be that big of a university. I mean, he already said it's smaller than UNT campus wise.
Giving us little tidbits, little hints, leaving little breadcrumbs.
I'm thinking A.
Go with it, brother. I'm backing you.
Locking it in.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
with only graduate students.
All right. Anthony Council.
I have no idea, but
None of us do.
That's the point of this game show.
I love it. I love it. It's amazing. I'm.
You can just rock with A.
I'll rock with A. Yeah.
You're both correct, which
Let's get
means
it.
Yellow Studio has locked up this game. They have 6 questions correct.
Green.
Green, sorry.
Green.
I'm so used to Yellow winning. Sorry.
I know, right?
Wow, the dagger.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's true though.
All right. So Green Studio locks up their first win of the
Good
season.
job, guys.
Of
Good job,
the
guys.
semester, excuse me. We have one more question, though, for kicks and giggles. Number 10.
And Hugglepuff.
Bef-
And Jaguars.
for all you Hugglepuff Jaguars out there.
Right.
Before moving to FAU Stadium in 2011, FAU played at Lockhart Stadium in Boca Raton, which was known for what?
Boca Raton.
A. Having no power lines running to the press box, so generators had to run to keep everything up on game day.
No thanks.
Sounds like us on Fridays.
Literally.
B. Lockhart Stadium sat 3,000 people below the FBS minimum requirements of 20,000. FAU had to have a waiver to play there in their early FBS years. Or C. It was destroyed by a hurricane 2 weeks into the 2010 season.
Well, C is so Florida, so I'm feeling C.
But Anthony's going first.
Anthony.
That's
Anthony.
very true.
I don't think Anthony listened to anything.
I did.
He's looking at the hurricane as we speak.
No, I'm looking at Hocus Pocus too.
Okay.
It's coming out soon. Anyway, that's not a promotion. Anyway,
I don't know why it would be.
Boca Raton is a very interesting option. I like that. Boca Raton, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, Boca Raton. That's the city.
I don't know if
Boca
that's how
Raton.
you're supposed to pronounce it, but
Hey, watch it now. Watch it, young man. Okay. Yeah, I know Cullen. Yeah. Anyway.
Clearly not well enough because you lost today.
Oh,
It's okay though. It's okay.
what is happening?
I'm going to resurrect Cullen back.
I'm just throwing spears from my sitting position here.
It's okay. Remember, he's not a part of the show.
yeah, I was gonna say, but he's
He's not a part of
totally
the
not
show.
a part of the show.
Absolutely.
This
Anyway.
is just a hologram of Zach
Anyway.
Tucker.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go with Boca Raton because it sounds nice.
That's not an answer.
I told you he wasn't listening.
Why not? Why can't I?
Before moving to FAU Stadium in 2011,
I like
FAU,
Boca Raton.
FAU played at Lockhart Stadium in Boca Raton,
The why cannot be
which
answer.
was known for what? What was Lockhart Stadium known for?
Boca Raton.
It's in Boca Raton. That's part of my question.
See. Okay.
Anthony's defaulted. He can't answer.
Okay.
As
This is,
soon as he heard that, he
Did they have-
he
okay.
checked out.
this
Here we
is
go.
not Anthony. This is Ant.
Just say ABC. Just
ABC. 1, 2, 3.
oh god.
You-
Did they have to have generators to power the press box?
I don't know.
What have we been doing?
I do not
Anthony,
understand.
answer the damn question.
Hey, watch your language, young
answer
man.
the damn
Watch your
question. We
language,
ain't got
young
all
man.
night.
Okay, yes, because this man has church. Okay. All right. Generators.
Generators.
I'm
You're
going
going
with
with generators.
generators, yes.
Okay.
Kev, just pick one.
Not assuming any kind of accent
Boca
in
Raton.
Boca Raton. So is generate? I completely forgot the question.
I forgot.
It's been 15
Generators
minutes.
to run the press box.
Okay.
They had to have a waiver to play there because it sat below the FCS minimum or FBS
Like
minimum.
attendance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it was destroyed by a hurricane.
Let's do Hurricane.
So it's either our Friday night setup or
Hurricane Ian.
high school attendance levels.
Yeah. Totally.
What are you feeling?
You
I'm
don't-
letting you pick this
You
one.
don't want to do the Hurricane? You didn't like that? You didn't mention
I think
it.
that that's like too.
Too Florida.
Yeah.
Too obvious. High school attendance. Let's do it. B. Lock it in.
All right.
And you're correct.
Let's go.
Bingo.
Right
we were
off the
on one
Ladies
today.
and gentlemen, 7-4 your final score.
Did I miss something?
7-4.
7-3.
No, 7-4.
Yeah. 7-4.
Yeah, 7-4.
Did I miss something?
Oh yeah, because never mind.
Was there another person here?
I forgot we tied on one. I was like 11.
All right.
I was
What?
thinking 10 questions.
Did you miss
Sorry.
something? Yeah, answer
I
the questions
just got
right.
here. I just got here.
Oh, for sure.
The last question. What was the last question? I had to go to the bathroom.
Well, Cullen's not going to be very
Oh,
happy when he
because
gets
it was
back.
Ant instead of Anthony.
Cullen's going to get back
Ant
and
was
be
here.
mad.
See, you gotta watch out with that guy. The guy comes out of nowhere sometimes.
How we
He
got
did- he had-
split
Is
over
he in
here.
Hugglepuff?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He had no idea what was
Yep.
going on.
Exactly.
Well, that'll do it for another episode of The Green Guys. Hopefully our sanity is still intact.
It's not.
Go catch a Jaguar.
Or a Hugglepuff.
Go catch a Hugglepuff Jaguar.
Go join
Yep.
the Hugglepuff Club.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, until next time, go Mean Green.
Hey America, this is Eppy the Eagle, former mascot for the University of North Texas, and you're listening to The Green Guys. I hate Scrappy. I hate Scrappy. I hate Scrappy. I hate Scrappy. I hate Scrappy.